Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Live from Sword Coast podcast. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly dungeon master this evening. Tonight, we are continuing on with our ongoing campaign, playing the second edition Pathfinder playtest using... Oh, what the heck is it? Oh, crap. Greg Gillespie's amazing Barrowmaze Complete, which is currently under about a stack of about 10 books, so I'm going to grab it in a moment. With me tonight are the stars of the Wednesday night session. I'll go with the order that you guys logged in, and I actually don't know which of you guys came in first. So I'm going to roll a dice here to see which. Jeff, is it evens or odds?
It's odd.
It's odd. So first up is Jeffrey. You want to tell us who you are or who you're playing?
Everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Badonk Bent Bucket, a goblin acrobatic monk, and the drink of the night is Blanton's.
Nice. There we go. And next up is Dave F.
I am David J. Forche at David J. Forche on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm playing Wes Littlefoot, a halfling ranger with a bit of a past in warrior realm, with his trusty sidekick, hawk companion, Wingtip. And the drink of the night is bullet, bourbon, and Fresca of a skullbug.
Fresca. And last but not least is Dave O.
My name's Dave. I'm playing Skurg, our half-orc alchemist.
Nice. Okay, I have checked and we are streaming, so that is good. Let's do the old camera shuffle here, guys. Get ourselves into Roll20 and then talk about the events of last session. The cataclysmic events of last session. Oh, boy. If it wouldn't ruin your computers, guys, I would suggest pouring one out for Sir Albus. All right, let's see here. Kill mine camera. Do the old camera shuffle here. And then refresh. Present to everyone. There we go. There we go. And, all right, who would like to say what happened in the last session?
Still too traumatized to talk about it.
Who is willing to say what happened in the last session, I guess?
Skurg might be too drunk to talk about it.
Our dear friend Sir Albus was eaten by giant toads.
And he was. Sadly, while excavating a barrow, our heroes were assaulted by a pack of giant toads. The fight turned ugly, and actually, they looked like you guys were going to succeed, but then two of the toads jumped away, called more toads, and while most of our heroes fled, leaving only Sir Albus and Skurg behind. Once Sir Albus and Skurg realized they were on their own against a pack of 8 giant toads, they also turned and ran, and whether it's luck or not, Skurg was the faster of the two, and Sir Albus fell before the giant toads.
But that only happened because because Albus was hexed by Barwood and Grigg.
That is
who
true.
Will, in fact,
Yes.
pay for their transgression.
So Barwood and Grigg, Dave, why don't you tell us who Barwood and Grigg are? Or
Barwood and Grigg were 2 hired hands that the party had brought out on a previous expedition. Sir Albus had received a warning of some sort that they may not have been necessarily on the up and up. And so the group decided to deselect Barwood and Grigg from the next adventure. There was some confrontation that ensued.
That was it didn't happen. I mean, to a degree, it happened on camera as well, too. But it's worth noting that in the Google Plus community that we had, there was a lot of heated discussion as to how to handle this and whether to dismiss them or not.
I would have probably played out in our private quarters at the Brazen Strumpet.
Agreed. Yeah.
Sit around with our cups and curse Barwood and Greg for potentially being part of the Shadow Hands.
That's right. Yeah. The sinister thieves guild that seems to be headquartered in Bogtown.
Yeah.
So after you guys made it back to Helix, we've done a little bit of discussion about this. Actually, I shouldn't say we have. The players have done an extraordinary amount of really cool role playing in the Google Plus community about what what they've done and how they're reacting to this and what they plan to do next while hanging out at or taking advantage of the services offered by Perny Ticklebottom at the Foul Pheasant. Why don't you guys give us a quick just nutshell so we're all on the same page here, nutshell summary of what happened. Oh, thanks. Odd Filmer also says rest in peace, Albus. So one of the viewers on the stream has extended his condolences to poor departed Sir Albus as well.
Sir Albus.
To Sir Albus. It's bad luck to
I don't mind.
Water.
I can go through one of the little things that Badonk said
Sure.
that happened at the. So we were having drinks at the Foul Pheasant, and Badonk said to the party, "If those two dark clouds, Barwood and Greg, cross my path again, I will not be pulling my punches. Instead, I will be baring my claws." And then he drags his claws into the table, drawing 2 lines right into the wood of the table. He says, "Greg put a hex on Sir Albus, and now he's gone. Greg threatened my luck had come to an end. Well, lucky Badonk is nice Badonk. They better hope they don't see unlucky Badonk." And with that, he closes his fist, and his claws bite into his hand, and some blood trickles out, and he squeezes it into the grooves on the table. And then he looks at his allies, and he lifts his glass, and he says, "To Sir Albus."
I think Biscuit and Bone, their ears are flat against their head. They're hunched down and they've never seen Badonk this agitated before.
He is not happy.
What, Dave, what was what's the summary of what Skurg was sort of feeling, apart from taking advantage of the copious amount of free ale that Vax bought for you?
So big ups on Vax, first and foremost. Despite that fact, though, Skurg and Vax end up getting into a fairly heated argument, being Albus's half-brother, oddly enough. Skurg can't let this transgression lie, and he's vowed revenge on Barwood and Griggs. He's actually out for blood. He means to kill them. Vax has done his best to try to convince Skurg that, in fact, they do not deserve to die. It was just a twist of fate or a matter of chance that Albus died, but Skurg is having none of it, and will be pursuing actively the demise of Barwood and Grigg.
Okay. What about Wes? What were his thoughts?
Well, somewhere between...
He thought he was glad that he sold Sir Albus that rune before he died.
Well, yeah, as about his coin as he was making sure he got paid. But Wes was sitting there with Badonk and Skirk sharing a drink, and he said, "Mr. Sir Albus was a good fellow. He saved that foolish Northman from dying in a duel, though he might not have chopped him in two first, and he even paid Barwood and Greg extra when he didn't have to, just to appease their whining. And then they went and hexed him. They better not show their faces anytime soon, or Badonk will have a hard time finding a place to punch with all the arrows sticking out of them." Cushion to Sir Albus.
Okay. So we have, we're going to pick up in the morning after. So this is the day after that Sir Albus died. You guys are staggering out of the Foul Pheasant, which again is number 9 on the map here. The
Wes didn't drink too much. He's pretty small. He only had a couple.
Okay. So
Goblin
you guys...
size.
Okay.
Skirk was the one who got really drunk.
Skurg was, atrociously drunk.
And then he took his turn with some of the girls. And didn't he say some things that he might not have, should not have? Skurg, did you really? Did you have to say shadow hands to that girl?
Oh yes, he said to Skurg was muttering about the shadow hands, and I think the players know this and the audience knows this, but the characters do not necessarily. But Perny Ticklebottom sort of gave Vax a heads up that maybe your friend shouldn't be swearing oaths against the shadow hands or talking about them quite as openly as he has been. They hold a lot of sway and have a lot of power in the Duchy of Eric.
So that's not character knowledge until somebody tells us. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So let's see here.
Well, are we going to go back and try and recover the body of Sir Albus? I don't know how you're feeling.
Before we do that, here's what I'd like you to do. So did Bedonk partake in a lot of liquor as well?
No, he specifically, I don't know if you remember, I said he wouldn't have because he's quite paranoid about Greg and Barwood. He believes that the hex was what killed Albus, and so he's not sure if they've really done something to take his luck away as well.
It's a prudent maneuver. Skurg, would you kindly give me a fortitude save?
Sure. That will be a +5.
Okay, excellent. What I was getting you to do is in one of my OSR books in Broodmother Sky Fortress, they've got a terrific carousing table where if you fail, you've overindulged and we roll to see what happened.
I find it hard to believe that would not be the case. That it was an uncannily good and probably inappropriate.
You can willingly fail if you want, Skurg. I'm not happy to make There's some amazing shit.
In the preamble, it had been determined that, unless we're starting at the point where it's like 4 p.m. and that's when Skurg has gotten up.
No, Dave, if you're telling me that you want me to indulge in the table that I've been giggling and clapping over for the weekend,
I'm pretty sure
I would hate
he's
to rob you of
asking
that
you to
opportunity.
do that. Yeah.
Dave, give me a 20 roll, please.
So say again.
Give me hold on. Is it D30? Give me a D30 roll, please. So just hit / roll 1D30, 30. Let's see what happens.
Sorry, you said /
roll 1D30. I think that's what you need to do.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
There is a space in there, but
where would I enter that?
Into the
right into the chat window.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. The /
Yep.
Roll
The one beside shift, not above enter.
Yep. / roll 1D20. 30.
Ah.
I'm sure this will work out well.
Am I doing it wrong?
Here, I'll roll one. I can do it for you.
$14, eh? Oh boy. Whew. So Skurg, 14, is that that's the one you're gonna go with?
Sure.
So as you come awaken, I'm gonna make a recall lore check for you. What is your what's your occultism bonus?
That should work. Yeah.
+5.
+5. Okay. Let's see here. All right. So no, you did not roll well.
Just so you can see there what I rolled, Dave, I put it in quotes, so it wouldn't actually roll. It would just show you.
So what happens is, Skurg, as you wake up, and I think Petal is one of the fine ladies who's with you, and some other woman as well. You sort of get up, and your immediate thought is, like, a potentially hungover freshman, your eyes open. You're like, if I don't move, nothing will happen. And then you realize, oh, I have to go to the washroom. So you start moving, and that's when the whole world turns on you, and you're just whoa, whoa, and the headache hits. And as you put your hand up, you look down. You're like, ah, there are tattoos all the way down your left arm, and the right arm as well too. And these are some kind of mystics, like they're mystic runes of some kind. They're not glowing or anything, but they're clearly of some kind of significance. And these are fucking fresh. Like if your head didn't hurt so much, your arms would be killing you. And it's a lot of stylized. Like if you looked at it a bit, it looks like it's stylized, kind of like limbs of trees and leaves and things like that. It's quite beautiful. But you didn't have that when you went to bed.
This sounds like a familiar story. Was he staying at the Osborne Motor Inn?
Yeah, really.
I'm referencing a certain Chadwick Ginther's book, maybe
the novel of one of our players. Absolutely, somewhere Chad, his plagiarism senses are tingling.
I think you actually get 2 free half sleeves with every night stay at the Osborne. Complimentary.
If your name is Ted, you might be like blessed with like Mjolnir and other Norse weapons. Never mind. Yeah,
this might be good stuff for you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes, somehow I doubt that. Strongly doubt that. You know what? Can Skurg try to decide? Like, can he tell if it's magical or is it just painful as shit?
You're struck by a moment of like, oh, I'll ask Sir. Oh. Take 1d6 heart damage. But no, you're not sure. Like you're quite certain that this is this means something, but you just can't for the life of you figure out what it means.
Would it look like something that Wes well, you know what? Actually, Skurg really doesn't give a shit. Skurg needs to piss. So
yeah,
that momentary focus on his arms is thrown by the wayside because, well, he's gonna fucking like urinate the bed in an institution that he does not want to be kicked out of.
Yeah. Okay, so you hop up and you head your way over to Chamber Pot. As you're doing, you pass one of the big, the many mirrors that are set up in this tiny room to sort of give it a bigger spot, a bigger feel. And you look and like, what the? And you look over and you can see that your face is covered in these tattoos as well.
Oh my fuck! I got Mike Tyson.
No, both sides, yes.
That's awesome.
So you're looking, studying yourself, and again, like it looks like fine ivy or trees have sort of like wound their way around your body.
Skurg will slowly get undressed to see how much more of his body has been tattooed.
Yep, it's pretty much most of it.
All righty.
On your back, incidentally, is an enormous symbol of kind of a stylized face of a man wrapped that's sort of like emerging from oak leaves and bark. Let me, now that you've exposed more, let me see here. No, you're still like, what is this? Why did I choose this?
Definitely sounds like another Hangover sequel.
Really?
Is there a tiger in your room?
To be fair, Skurg would have brought the tiger into the room. He would have asked for the room with the tiger in it.
Right, it makes sense. Totally.
So you, once you overcome the shock of this, you are then struck by a primal basic urgency, and you take care of that matter. You then turn and having the most pressing matters dealt with, and your hangover under some manageable amount of control. What would you like to do?
Skurg will try to. Well, he'll go down for breakfast and try to regroup with his posse.
Okay, so there's a small. It certainly isn't a large enough sitting area as what you get at the Brazen Strumpet to to have tons of people in there. But there is a small sort of entrance room where some of Pernie's choice clientele, like yourselves, are able to indulge in a little bit of a repast before you head out for the day. And that's where you find your two diminutive companions, Bedonk the Goblin and Wes the Halfling. So I'm going to say, Wes, you've got the blue one, and Bedonk, you got purple. Oh, Wes, you got a nat 20. So as he walks down, you can see Skurg. What the shit? Somehow he has managed to cover his entire body. Skurg, have you put a shirt on, or are you still like completely exposed here?
He's probably managed pants, and that's about all.
Okay. So Skurg is walking down with his, as is usually the case in the mornings at the Foul Pheasant. He comes down, his boots in one hand, his, the top part of his clothes in the other, and really just his leather breeches on. And as he comes down, you can see that there are some really red and fresh tattoos traced across his body. And these are the markings of a devotee of the Green Man.
Of the Green Man? Well, I would recognize that for sure.
Yep. Bedonk, I think you probably recognize him too, but Wes, you rolled so well. If there's more questions that you've got that I haven't, that haven't answered, or that you want to know about this, you can feel free to ask.
The Green Man being
Sylvanas.
Yeah.
Sylvanas, all father.
Yeah, father of Hearn the Hunter, it's said.
Yes.
And it sort of is coming together now. You remember as well, Wes, that Bretta, the henchwoman that Skurg has been sort of pining over for the last little while, she's a devotee of Hearn, but your colleague, what's his name? Oh gosh, Roan. Yeah, thank you. Roan Scarshorse has been faking that he is a devotee of Hearn and has been disappearing with Bretta for quite some time. So it makes sense that in a twisted way, someone saying, aha, well, I'll just become a priest of Hearn's dad, and then she'll have to spend time with me. There's a certain amount of logic that would apply there.
And then, of course, the armor that I've got, my new hide armor, wasn't it also going to have some...
you know what? You're actually... Sorry, not enough time. It takes a week to craft that. So...
Oh, right. So that wasn't quite done yet.
Oh, no. That would have been done...
It was 2 weeks in between.
That's right. So you would have had that... Yeah, no, you've got time to... You've got that new armor now.
Okay.
You would have had it technically when you went out to the... when Sir Albus, had one toad too many. So what do you say?
Or like 6.
Bedonk and Wes, what do you...
Hey, Bedonk, what's with the Green Man scratches on Hearn? He's got all inked up. That's not new. That wasn't there yesterday, right?
That was not there yesterday. I really hope he didn't do that to impress a girl.
You think he would? Yeah, he would.
He would.
But he was drinking here last night, and then he went off with Jessie, whatever that girl is.
So we're talking about this while you walk up, Skurg.
Yeah. And then it's like, man, even on his face. Like, that's dedication. Like, I got it on my armor. He's got it on his face.
Well, hey, you look like the less devoted.
Which one of you assholes did this to me?
Wasn't me.
But Don can't draw.
Well,
really?
since you rolled so well...
It wasn't you with the exact same stylings on your armor?
Hey, did I make the armor? No, it was made by Clark. So if you're going to be pointing a finger, Clark's the guy with all the drawing skills.
Valeron.
Look, Bedonk is all for pranks, but this prank is way beyond Bedonk's capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
But
since you rolled a nat 20, I'll just remind you something. About a week and a half ago, the Church of St. Yig was attacked by that giant heaping mound of plant material and stone and earth. leaving
Right.
brother, I think it's brother Osen, injured and recovering from his pretty severe wounds he suffered. The local scuttlebutt is that it was the Church of the Green Man that sicked that thing on the Church of St. Yig because of tensions between the Angramach, the older pantheon, and the Futurist, the new churches or new faiths.
So
Scourge-
maybe there's some Green Man group hiding in the forest nearby or something. Remember the attack on St. Yig's? Like, you remember that, right? So this.
At
Maybe.
Wes's mention of the Church of St. Yig, Skurg lets out a groan.
Oh.
Under the full comprehension that Cheval of the Church of St. Yig is now tattooed from like tit to stern in
Oh, fuck.
the devotee of the Green Man.
Dave, I can tell you, I honestly did not think of that when I...
So isn't this kind of counter to what you were talking about, like your beliefs before?
Wes, shut up, Wes.
Oh, sorry. Just wanted to check to make sure.
Yeah, no, I can't handle this right now.
Well,
Badonk
at least
is losing it. He is
at least it's
laughing
not
uncontrollably.
At least it's not arcantral, because that would give you like a regular sign that saying Sir Albus is dead. Oh, sorry.
Skurg gets real quiet at the mention of Sir Albus.
And then
are we gonna go find him? We can't
We
leave him out there,
must.
can we?
we must return and find his remains.
Well, I don't know what Arcantral's burial rites are, but most of the ones that I know of, you don't leave them rotting in the moors with like giant toads and stuff.
Exactly.
Wes, what's your religion bonus?
It's a mighty 3.
3. Okay, so 15. Yeah, that's good enough. So I think what you know is that they're like a lot of the gods that make up the Futuras. It's interring. Like they do something to the body, and then they inter the body.
Right. So, from what I remember, they enter the body. And so we got to go get it. Maybe we could get some folks from Osen's. Maybe Barwood and Greg won't be there.
At the mention of Barwood and Greg, Skurg sees red. He's
I'm
like,
just saying,
if I see them before we leave, they're dying by my hand.
I'm just not going to say anything until Skurg's had breakfast.
Does Wes offer to buy him breakfast?
Actually, Vax has paid for your breakfast already.
Oh, sweet.
Says Ernie. Vax left earlier before any of you got up, and she's not sure what his what he left for, but he's paid for your breakfast.
Does anybody know where Vax went, or any of the other guys?
He was gone before I was up.
Maybe they've been abducted and tattooed as well.
He didn't agree with what you were saying last night, Skurg. Maybe you pissed him off.
Perny says, you were talking to someone outside yesterday.
Is she talking to me?
Yes, Skurg. She pours you a small snifter of something clear that you think you can see. Like the heat waves off of a highway?
Yeah.
That's coming from the top of this.
Thanks, Perny. Do you know who it was that I was talking to? I don't remember shit from last night.
Too dark. She shakes her head. She says, that doesn't surprise me. I know that there are some who can be trusted with the awesome responsibility of an open tab, and I don't think you are one of them.
I don't know why you would have thought that I would have been at all, ever. I don't know what would have led you to believe that, but...
Your friend the wizard was quite insistent. She nods towards the drink in front of you.
Well, I'm not going to refuse that. I mean, why stop making poor decisions now?
Mm-hmm.
Skirk.
Down this, then?
Yep.
So imagine something that has sort of like the effect of it is somewhere in the middle of what is it called? Gosh, what's that cough medicine that tastes so fucking
Buckley's.
Buckley's, thank you. So somewhere in the trifecta between Buckley's and like really harsh bourbon and Tabasco sauce. That's what you just downed. And there's a moment of excruciating kind of like, whoa. But as soon as that passes, that burning, all that you're left with is a burned mouth and scorched throat. Headache's gone. All the other symptoms of your hangover are gone.
Skirk turns to Perny and asks, am I sober?
She says, you're what passes for it for the near. Vax paid for that as well. Or I think she says your friend paid for that as well.
Skirk, you gotta get the recipe. You gotta get the recipe for that, Skirk. Holy. Not that we want to take it from your thing. Never mind. We're not going into the business, but I'm just thinking, if Skirk had a few on the road and we needed him to sharpen up for a fight against some giant toads.
Skirk is pissed. He is not pleased at being sober. He wasn't expecting it. He did not want it. He's actually contemplating starting to drink again.
No, we have to go find Sir Albus.
You can drink when we get back to town after recovering Albus's body. We owe him that.
You're right. You're right. Let's go get my brother.
Right. First, let's get some help, because I only see 3 of us, and the last time there was 5, and the things didn't turn out so well.
Well, there'll be no digging on this expedition. We're just bringing Albus back. We shouldn't need that many just to bring him back.
There's also not going to be any digging without tools, which you left in the barrow mound.
Yeah, but we're not going to bury him out there. We're bringing him back here.
Maybe we can go get our shovels too, and your crossbow.
Or I could just buy a crossbow here.
Wes is saying all the wonderful, all the right things today.
I'm trying to find, guys. Did I post the available henchmen?
I did not see any
to the community. Okay, so it was when I was still sending emails. Where did I send it? Just trying to track that down because I know it's actually, because it's only the same day. It will be some of the same people. Let me see here. Long Road to New Armor. Welcome to level 2 purchases.
So we have Roka, the warrior with the spear. We had the torchbearer with the chainmail, and the guy with the dog, I think.
Do you know what date that was?
I can go into my D&D folder.
Let me see here. I was trying to find. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think I've got it here. Let's see. Mercenaries, yes. Okay, so there was Nas, Roka, and Steenwick. Steenwick was a torchbearer who had been to the Barrowmaze before. Roka was the inexperienced warrior woman armed with a spear, shield, and leather armor, and then Nas was that stable boy with the dog sausages. So I think there's
it's going to be a hard sell.
Well, actually, I'm going to roll to see which are still here.
Okay, good, because Skirk did call Roka a thief and then try to have sex with her.
I think she implied. Yeah, so that's the other thing too. So, like, just so you know, behind the scenes, I was rolling diplomacy checks for you guys to see how all that shit went, and you guys tanked every single fucking roll. Like, every roll was like the worst impression that was left. And that's actually what kicked off. The reason Barwood and Greg were so belligerent is because I rolled like a 3 on Brent's or on Sir Albus's what was it, the deception, because he was trying to hide from them that I can't remember what he was trying to hide. There's something that
for more treasure.
What's that?
We were going back for more treasure, and
that he just distrusted them. I think is what it was. To be honest, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see here. Let's see who's still there. So if you head into like anything you guys want to do in town before you head over to Osen's.
Skirgle tried to get another crossbow.
Yeah, there should be. Let's see here. Crossbow costs what? Crossbow costs you heavy crossbow.
Yep.
Again, so it's 40 silver, and so it's 41 for a heavy crossbow and 10 bolts. And I think, let me just see if there's, give me 1 second, I'm gonna grab something. So what I'm using, guys, is there's another game, an OSR game called Adventure Conqueror King. And the thing I like about this game is that it has really good rules for consistent economy. So, you know, for smaller, what do you call it? Smaller communities, there are chances that things will not be available just because they're not, they're just, you know, small communities. I don't know what the threshold was for purchases. Where is it here? Where is it? Where? Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, would you kindly give me a percentage roll? Dave.
Which Dave?
Oh, sorry, Dave O. Skurg. I'll call you by your names, your character names. Skurg.
Just a D20?
No, D. Actually, yeah, D20 will work.
Or D100?
Either would work. It's. I can convert it over. Okay, so there is no. Unfortunately, there is no crossbow available at. What's his name's? It's what's his name? Barwood's.
Valorant. Valorant.
No, just give me 1 sec, guys. Osen's Trade Goods. That's what I was trying to think of. Well. Whew. Okay, no crashes. Wes, were you hexing me?
Nope.
Phew. All right, so yeah, Osen's Trade Goods. That's what I was trying to think of. So unfortunately, there is no crossbow there. Do you want to see if there's a light crossbow?
Is there anywhere else that Skurg could get a heavy crossbow?
Not in this town, unfortunately. No. He's Osen says. Remember, is it Osen? No, not Osen's Trade. I got that wrong. His name is. Where is it? That's what happens when you're away. Things fade. I love that I got a fucking Etch-a-Sketch memory. It's up there when I need it, but as soon as I start thinking about something else, it just completely gets gone. So it is actually not Ocean.
Like, this is the place we've been leaving our stuff?
No, that's HHR Huff and Puff's location. That's the
Jeweler.
Rosie Quartz Jeweler and Money Lender. Where you buy your stuff is at Turgan's Trade Goods, right? Billworth Turgan, the guy who's played by Bob Hoskins in the movie version of our campaign.
Hey,
she walks in.
Sure, Elvis left an extra bow at the Hufflepuff. We could use that.
Is it a crossbow, Wes?
Nope. It's a short bow.
Yeah, it's not quite the same.
Okay.
So the Billworth says to you, I can order that in for you.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Yeah, I'll get it in from Ironguard Mott. So I'll take about maybe about 4 days. Oh, sorry, take about 2 or 3 days.
I can live with that.
Excellent. You mind putting something down?
Sure. What's required?
Yeah, 20, half up front, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds good. Skurg,
Right.
put in 20.
Is something else I can interest you in?
Well, I need to go out with something. So what else do you have?
Well, let's see. Looking at what you're actually trained in. What is the alchemist trained in? I don't even know offhand, or I can't remember. You are proficient.
Simple weapons, light armor.
Simple weapons, light armor. Okay. So that means, Well, give me another percentile check.
If he's got a light crossbow,
That's what I'm rolling for now. No regular crossbow either. Give me one more roll. Oof. Now, so neither. Oh, he does have a hand crossbow. It's like, not sure if this will suit you, but look at this. I mean, he holds up this pretty. Looks like it's elven make, just with the markings and the accents on it too. It's made of two different kinds of wood. It's pretty handy. You can just cock it back, and he cocks it back for you with just the one hand. Leaves the other hand free. I mean, if you any gestures at the all the different vials and stuff and potions and shit that you've got on yourself. Yeah, you need a hand free to deal with that stuff. You can shoot with one and toss with the other. Why this guy sounds like Greg all of a sudden, I don't know.
Don't kill him, Skirt. Don't kill him.
He's in disguise. I see you.
I see you through your veil in disguise.
So mechanically, Dave, basically what it is it does 1d6 instead of 1d10. It's got a 60-foot range instead of the other, but it is light, which means it doesn't take up space, and its reload is a 1, which means that you need one action to reload instead of the 2 actions that you need with the heavy crossbow.
Okay. Yeah, that'll do for now.
Great. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll apply your again. Why the fuck does he sound like Greg? I'll apply what you've put down towards the gun or towards the heavy crossbow. Why don't I keep that? You take this thing. If you make it back, you can trade it back in, so long as it's in good condition, and trade you up to the other one. How do you say?
Yeah, that sounds like a fair deal.
Great. Anything else you need? How about your little friends? Hey, little friends, you need anything?
Do we need something to bring back Sir Albus's body?
People to carry, because you and I aren't going to be. Oh, I'm pretty strong.
Skurg will carry.
Skurg will carry him.
But do we need like a bag or a mat?
The Billworth sort of clears his throat. Are you talking about transporting someone back from the marsh that can't walk themselves?
Yeah, we are.
Well, it may not surprise you to learn that this is not the first time this problem's come up in my shop. What I'd recommend is 2 of them poles over there, and he points over at the 10-foot poles, 2 of them with some canvas stretched between. That seems to do the trick.
Oh, we'll take 2 of them 10-foot poles and some canvas then.
So, Jeff, it has taken me 12 sessions to get you to buy a 10-foot pole.
And not only that, I bought 2 of them.
Exactly.
But would you touch Skurg with them when he's drunk?
The ladies won't even touch him with it when he's drunk.
With a 10-foot pole?
With 2
10-foot
10-foot poles.
of this happened before you were here, Dave. It was just a joke about how a 10-foot pole, I don't know if you've ever had one in real life, but it's the most awkward object in the world to just carry around while you're adventuring. Like every doorway or everywhere you go, it's like you've got this 10-foot pole with you. It's a pretty hilarious thing that like adventures always buy. Yeah, I'll take a 10-foot pole. Yeah, me too. Give me a 10-foot pole.
Can I buy that halberd right there, and I'll drag that along with me everywhere I go and scrape it along the ceiling of every dungeon?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys get your stuff from Billworth. If there's anything else you want to buy in retrospect, like whatever. Like I'll let you guys spend cash as we go if you want, just to get things rolling. Because I want to start rolling for random encounters. I mean, I want you to recover the body of your fallen brother.
You want to go out with rope and shovels and hammers again?
If you make it out there, they should be waiting for you.
Yeah.
Unless you've got some industrious undead. You load 16 tons. What do you get? Oh, God. That's twice that I've made a reference to that song in this campaign.
We don't want to assume anything bad happened to the body, right? Like it's going to be in one piece.
We're hoping.
Oh, I don't know.
Let's see
There's a
here.
lot of stuff that would a
No,
body.
Sir Wes, you're gonna guess it's been torn. Or not Sir Wes. Wes, you're gonna guess it's been torn into a lot of different pieces. That's
Am
just
I
how.
the next sir?
Yeah, that many like. That's sort of how giant toads eat.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you might need something to fold up the canvas because the animals are not going to like leave them whole, right?
Yep.
Might not be very pretty.
No, that's why my first comment was a bag.
Yeah. Okay. So as you guys leave Turgan's Trade Goods and you make your way over towards Osen's, Skurg and Bedonk, you notice something. As you're making your way along, there are a couple townsfolk who look at Skurg as he goes by, and they make some kind of gesture. And you recognize it as a sign of reverence for the Green Man.
Mm.
I recognize it as a sign of reverence.
Yeah, well, both of you recognize that they're doing it. Let me see if you. Yeah, actually, both of you guys. Now that Wes has tweaked you to the fact that it's a Green Man, you recognize the sign of obeisance when when you see it. So yeah, there's actually.
Skurg will yell out, "Stop it! Stop it! I'm a Cheval of the Church of Saint Diego."
Wait a second, but I'm a follower of Hern the Hunter, and you're now wearing the Green Man's symbolism. Does that make you kind of like?
Dave, you're a very cosmopolitan man in the ways of worship. Okay, so you guys make your way into Osen's, and what you see there. Oh, sorry, I was rolling to see who was still around. Let's see here. Let's see. All right, first off, let's see. Is Nas still around? Nas is not around anymore. Is Roka still around? Roka is still around. Is Steenwick still around? Steenwick is not. So the only person, as you walk in, the only person there, the three of you walk in, your 10-foot poles dragging behind you, the giant bag of canvas. And as you walk in, this fierce-looking warrior woman turns around and sees you. And behind the counter, of course, as always, is Osen, who in our movie version of our campaign is played by old Bruce Willis. So he walks in. He sees you guys. He looks over at Roka. He says, "Yeah, good luck." What do you guys do?
Donk, do you want to give this a try, Skurg?
As a reminder, you guys can automatically hire her. You just have to pay whatever the fee is. Last time, I believe she was up to triple rate because of Skurg's behavior.
For the record, Skurg does not care about hitting on her anymore.
No,
it was triple rate because Greg was cursing us outside and told everybody that we came back with dead bodies all the time.
Well, and then Skurg was hitting on her.
And
she
implied she was
implied that she was thief and then a whore.
Mm.
Right.
So you guys are all sort of huddling together, which
we
I think
see her and we just leave. There's no way we're even gonna pay her stupid price.
So Badon comes in, throws up his little hands. He's like, "Nope!" Turns and walks out the door.
Yeah,
leaving Wes and Skurg behind. What are you guys doing?
I got this. Wes walks up.
She looks down. She looks up at the gestures towards the half orc. She says, "What happened to him?"
Late night drunken binge at the tattoo artist. We're not entirely sure, actually, to be completely honest. But we are short some folks today. We want to go back to the Barrowmoor to recover a fallen friend. We're looking for some help.
The rate's the same as before.
That's fine, and no hitting on you or propositioning you from anyone.
Give me a diplomacy check, please. Let's see how loyal she's going to be.
Well, yeah. So the dice were really warm last Wednesday, at least near the end of the fight there. What's my diplomacy bonus? Please be plus 18 or something. So a total of 3.
Wow. So her eyes narrow. And she says, very well. So remember, with characters who have levels, that's where you actually have to convince them to go with you. But a henchman or a man-at-arms like this, or a woman-at-arms, she'll go with you. Just
she might flee at the first sign of danger.
Yeah, if it gets a little too overcast, she'll be like, fuck it, I'm gone.
Yeah.
So
she's going to step on a twig and kind of like tweak her ankle a little bit. All right, guys, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no one told me my feet would get wet.
Yeah.
In the Barrowmoor. Okay, so I'm going to make 2 quick survival checks for old Wes to see how he's doing. Wes, what's your survival bonus?
Please be good.
6.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Okay, Wes, then let's see. We'll use the old Badonk token here again. You guys head out. Wait, did I shift you guys over, or are you still on the first screen? Oh, I did. Okay, good. So let's see the first 2 hours.
You going to show us some pictures of what the Barrowmoor looks like?
Yes, I will do that again. Da, 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 bow, wow, 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 wow. So again, as a reminder, the Barrowmoor, it never gets more comfortable to be out there. It's always stagnant and hot and still and difficult. You are pushing your way through high, thick weeds, stomping through at best ankle-deep water and mud that stinks as well. Each footstep you take leaves behind a gaping hole that quickly fills with black bog water. What is your marching order then, guys?
Wes up front.
Wes up front.
Skrg will take the back.
Skrg's the back.
Badonk will be using his stealth as they move through the Barrowmoor.
You know what I absolutely love about this? You guys have all DPS or support. There's no tank. There's no healer. I just
yeah, well, we don't worry about that kind of stuff.
No, you guys are extremely brave. Well, Skrg's been sort of de facto tank for the last little while.
We don't metagame. We are
no, I think that's very good. Again, this is like we were talking about before we went on. That's one of the weird kind of like what do you call it? Things that doesn't jive with the setting, right? Okay.
Besides, tanks just have rusty armor and make a lot of noise and get eaten by toads.
Yes. So you guys successfully make it to the Barrowmoor, or to the Barrow Mounds. You are once again happy to see as you drift out, or not drift out, as you make your way through this seemingly interminable and unending moor. You come across, oops, wrong button. The Barrow Mounds. And again, just ignore the mountains in the background. And again, the mist still, even at the in the late morning, still clings heavily around all the these mounds. Only the tips of them poking out far off. Above you still is circling wingtip as well. So, what you guys start heading out in the direction of that first mound, the mound that you were excavating, and you're able to reach it. And what you see there, you know it's that place because there is a excavation there. It's several hours worth of work that you guys have undertaken. There is a deathly silence that hangs over the Barrow Mound as well. You see the fallen. Let's see, what is there? There are the fallen tools that you had been using before. No henchman died last session, right?
No.
No.
Skrg dropped his crossbow.
there is the crossbow. Skurg, you find your crossbow covered in condensation, but still fully functional.
Skurg will pick it up and clean it off.
Okay. Takes very little. It's nothing out there. Now,
What about Sir Albus?
no sign of his body.
I'll do some tracking and try and figure out what happened.
Sure.
Survival +6.
+6, okay. So you're looking around and you can see the heavy depression of where all the that pack of giant toads had been. You see what you think is the scene where Sir Albus actually died, and that was about maybe 50 to 100 feet away from the site of the excavation. Like, he did make it some distance. There is a great deal of blood. There are some shredded bits of blue cloth that mark him as the sworn sword of our Cantrell, but you cannot see any other signs. It takes about 20 minutes to sort of track all this stuff down. While you're doing that,
not even signs of the toads, maybe? I'd have to go, they'd leap like 40 feet or so, so I'd have to maybe spiral out to try and track.
Well, you know that like they wouldn't, what isn't here is signs of like torn armor or anything like that.
Because they wouldn't
no...
have Yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean, otherwise you could keep looking if you like and try and take a second look over this.
First I'll tell the group.
What I'll let you know is that basically you can try again and try and gain more. You may gain more, you may not. It's that kind of like, I'm sure I left my keys in this place. Let me look through it one more fucking time.
Yeah, I'll tell the guys, I'm like, this is clearly the spot where Sir Albus died. Like, it's not where we were fighting, but he must have made it to here because there's a lot of blood. There's little bits of blue, but this is here. It doesn't make sense.
Can Skurg help Wes track?
Are you trained in survival?
Yep.
Oh, hi, George. One of our regular viewers is back.
Oh, cool.
Can you guys think of why the body wouldn't be here? Like, at least if they ate parts of Sir Albus, the armor would be laying around here, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
They wouldn't have digested the armor.
Sorry, Skurg, are you trained in survival?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, what's your bonus?
3.
3, okay. Ooh, okay. All right, Wes, so you're making a second kind of pass through here, and you're kind of making sure that like Skurg is trying to, walk along like, hey, what about this here? And it's helping a little bit, but not in a huge amount. It's kind of like when like you're looking for something in a book and someone else keeps you distracting with the wrong thing. Hey, is it this you're looking for? No, it's not that.
No.
How about this?
No, Skurg, it's not.
Yeah, so you're making your way, but notwithstanding Skurg's help, you are able to piece a little bit more of the picture together, and you can see, the footsteps that while he was fleeing, while he was running, and then you can see the heavy indentation where his body was borne to the ground by some other bigger thing going down. There's blood around there. But then, and it does seem like the where the spatter is, that it's gone. But there's something, now you're looking close, there's something a little strange about the grass that's under him. And you kind of touch it and pull some of it up. Well, this place seems to always be, by strange, what I mean is unnatural. And I mean,
so if I do a nature check maybe to see what's wrong with the grass?
Yeah, I mean, what you can, what's your nature bonus?
+5.
+5. Okay. What I'll do this weekend, guys, is actually I'll put together a table with everyone's bonuses on it, so I'll stop wasting time asking you guys for the shit. What you can see is that as you the rest of the grass that's around there, you sort of pick it up, and it's, you know, as much as it has kind of a harsh dark green look to it, it's clearly alive. The stuff that's under where Sir Albus seems to have fallen is this dead, greasy black.
Is it familiar?
It's
like that black. Is that something I've seen before somewhere?
What is your what do you have a higher bonus in, occultism or arcana?
They're the same.
The same. What is the bonus?
+1.
+1. Nat 20. You did some reading. So the Nat 20, what I'll say is that you've done reading about this beforehand, because you've heard, knowing that the Barrowmaze is consistent with, or rather is characterized by a strong presence of necromantic power. You sort of like, we can sort of picture Wes wherever he was before he came, you know, listening to you know, like say the druid or the holy man or whatever that runs your village, the one who's a hunter, or maybe it's a senior ranger. And what he talks to you about is this distinctive signs of necromantic power and necromantic magics. And what it is it's not only the living, like the living, breathing flesh things, you know, mammals, reptiles, birds, stuff like that can become undead. The living world, all of it is potentially a thrall to necromantic power. So what you're looking at is basically undead grass.
So the grass has been tainted somehow.
And you can sort of...
I'll relay this to the guys. This grass around here is not normal. This grass is alive, and this grass seems almost like undead vegetation. Do you guys have a light that you could bring in closer? Maybe that would help to distinguish the colors.
Skirg has a sun rod.
Okay, so you take and you strike it against the sole of your boot. It flares, and then you it's just glowing and, you know, casting off little bits of glowing metal. And we sort of, the camera would pan over you guys at this point, and you're looking down, and the mists part as you're waving the sun rod over this. And what you guys can trace out is basically like, picture like a chalk outline, right? Like what you'd see at a murder scene, only it's this in the shape of this blackened grass with vibrant green grass surrounding it.
Skirg, move the light closer to the grass, like almost right touching it.
Skirg complies.
And it looks like, you know, like when water or when blades of grass are sort of like get caught in water or something like that, like in a lake, and it's that dead and greasy material. It's an entire patch of this stuff.
Does it move away from the light at all, or does it?
No.
Almost. No?
No.
Okay.
I mean, one sec here. Yeah. No, it does not react.
Okay.
As you guys are silently thinking about this, the omnipresent silence and the stifling lack of sound kind of hits you guys. The mists around you seem alive as they drift. What are you doing?
Donk does not know anything about the undead.
Well, can we follow the undead grass? Like, I mean, is it if his body was? What was that?
Is it like a path?
No, it's just like that one. It's as if his fallen form traced the outline of the limits of this blackened, undead grass, I guess.
Kev?
Like it's in the shape of a man?
Yeah. Let's call it grave grass.
Grave grass. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Skirg is going to try to I guess what am I trying to say here? He's going to try to follow the necromantic signature.
You know from past experiences with Vax that Vax has the ability to sort of sense the presence of necromantic power and other magical influences. Unfortunately, you can't do that. What you could do is you could look around and see if you can find more of this grave grass. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Vax has mentioned on other outings about the incredible amount of necromantic power in these barrows.
Where were we when he said that?
We were inside of the barrow, or what were they called? They weren't called. It was something special that Sir Albus wanted to go back to.
The Guardian Barrow.
The Guardian Barrow. Yes, we were in the
sword,
Guardian Barrow when he mentioned the extreme waves of necromantic power.
Skeletons in the hallway. And that you guys fought that shadowy one inside in the tomb there.
Yeah.
That's
Albus was a religious man. Do you think that the necromantic magic could have taken him?
He's dead. Can he be devout in any way?
I don't know. Wouldn't his god protect his body?
Jeff, what is Bedonk's religion bonus?
Ugh.
Oh, it's okay. You know, I rolled a 2. So yeah, you're right. You're the way you're role playing is exactly how much knowledge he has of it.
Actually, he does have knowledge of religion. It is +2.
Oh, okay. There you go.
He doesn't know this.
So, Skurg, by looking around, you spend about 20 minutes kind of searching around the hill, down, hunched down, and then even maybe on your knees at some point, trying to find any other sign of this stuff, and you just can't. It seems like that is the only location. And now that you've seen the difference between the two colors, you can't help but see that outline. One arm stretched out, one arm to the side, legs, splayed out beneath. It's the silhouette of your fallen brother.
Do you think that the Barrow King would have taken him back?
But didn't we kill the Barrow King?
Did we though?
Remember the Barrow King had said something. Oh, I guess you guys would have to remember. I was in the room. I don't know if I ever heard it. Probably not. Never mind.
Maybe he's the new Barrow King.
I think you guys would have discussed it. Like, anything that you have seen on in correspondence or stuff like that between the characters, I've assumed that you guys have talked about that at the tavern at some point.
Badonk would tell you all about his adventures in the Barrows.
Yeah.
So you guys would have mentioned what the Barrow Lord or Shadow Lord had said while you were fighting him about names he rattled off?
Well, anything I could remember that he said.
Yeah, so anything that's been exchanged in emails or on the G+ community, all that stuff is stuff Wes would know.
So, fighting undead in another barrow where there was a lot of necromantic energy. We can see the necromantic aura around his body where he died, and his body's not here. There's no signs that the frogs ate it.
Yes, I think this is a bad sign.
This is not looking good. It's a stretch, but do you think that the undead energy of the Barrowmoor has somehow corrupted Sir Albus?
It's possible.
We won't know until we find him, so let's go find him.
Sir Albus had said that Guardian Barrow tomb was once the housing of a great warrior to protect or keep the evil in someplace, right? Like, isn't that what he said?
Yeah.
And it had been corrupted into some skeleton that So if it could do that to some great warrior that had vanquished whatever in the past, potentially it could happen to Sir Albus, right?
I think that's possible.
Well, let's go back to the Barrow King's
The Guardian Barrow.
Guardian Barrow, and look there.
Yes. Maybe
We
he's
what?
there.
There was a lot of undead there, though. Like,
So,
there's only 4 of us.
Wes, you have absolutely no difficulty getting there. It'll take you guys about an hour.
I can get us.
Well,
There.
let's just agree.
Be up an
Let's
hour.
agree if we run into something extremely dangerous that we will flee.
I agree to that. Gerd? We can't do a service to Sir Albus if we're all laying there dead.
No, that's fair. But if we find his body, I'm not leaving here without it.
Behind 50 skeletons, we're not going to get to take it out.
So I'm clear.
Okay.
You're not
Fine.
trying to follow up like tracks here. You're going to make your way directly to the Guardian Barrow, right?
Correct.
It's going to lead the party directly to the barrow right now.
Okay.
And we'll discuss this along the way as to how great a danger we're willing to face with just the 4 of us.
Okay. So you guys, you do successfully make it to the Guardian Barrow, and remember that you leave the solid land that makes up the Barrow Mounds and then venture back into the Barrowmoor. So you're back in the bog and whatever else in the wet, like the picture you see before you. It is about an hour further of travel, so the sun is getting near its zenith when you guys see this fairly tall form appear, or large form appear out of the mists. Then you make your way forward and you find yourself back again at the Guardian Barrow. Now, as you sort of roughly, once you've situated where you are, to make your way to the side, and you remember that there is that bronze door with all the markings on it. Well, when you guys left, I think you guys had said that you sealed the door. You didn't do anything else to it, but you did close the door and lock it.
Yeah.
Let's see what the door looks like now. I seriously love the Barrowmaze complete book. It's got so much fucking great stuff in it. The door remains closed.
Locked and closed, or just closed?
You're going to have to get closer to tell whether it's locked. So as you guys are making your way towards it, would you all kindly make a perception check for me, please? I'm going to go to the washroom very quickly, and then I'll come back. Everyone post what your perception score was in the chat, or if you're not rolling on Roll20, and then I'll be. Why don't we take a 2-minute bio break, guys? Grab your drinks, go to the washroom, come back, and then we'll see what happens.
Oh, there it is. Yes. I'm ready for the Guardian Barrow. Oops.
Okay, how'd everyone do? Badonk, 19, nice. Okay. So I should also put it in the chat. Let's see here. That'll be the order that we'll be acting in.
That we're dying in.
If I go back-to-back weeks, that's going to be... it will be a record for me. I'm not sure it's me when I'll celebrate. But
No.
Okay.
We've already pre-agreed to be very careful, so...
Yes, which is, I think, smart. Okay.
Yeah, but Skirk's unpredictable, so...
Skirk is a fucking wild card.
I actually think that's part of the reason that Sir Albus chose stay over run, is he was concerned that Skirk was going to stay.
Yep. I think I'd agree with that.
Wes was too busy looking around at the door to notice what was going on.
Mm-hmm. So what happens, guys, is you are at you're making your way up towards this, and then that's when you hear kind of out of the actually I'm gonna roll the... Oh man, they are right on top of you. So you guys are walking up, and I'm sort of picturing Skirk taking the lead. Wes is off to one side, Badonk to another. You're probably only, like maybe 10 feet away from each other?
Everything close.
Sure.
Yeah, and you've got Roka holding up the rear. Oh, and this weekend I'm also going to send you guys the stats for the henchmen too, so that way you will actually see what they are instead of just making it up all the time. So as you guys are going along, that's when you hear from in the mists surrounding you guys this. And what appears one above the mantle of the door, about 40 feet away. One to your left, about 40 feet away, charging towards you, and one to your right, about 40 feet away and charging towards you. There are the tattered remnants of clothing on here, but they are so coated in mud and filth that it's difficult to see what they are. These were once human, but their jaws now have distended. Do you think of like those creepy vampires from Blade 2? That's sort of what these things look like.
They like the ghoul, similar to the ghouls we fought.
Let's see. No idea.
No idea.
These things are coming so fast. It's difficult to tell. They do have the same distorted features that you saw. These are things that the whatever foul magic animates these things. It has twisted the raw material on which the magic was worked. First up is Badonk. What are you doing?
Badonk. Are they within range? They're 40 feet away?
Each of them is 40 feet away.
And my movement is
35, isn't it?
35, yeah. So I can't quite
I'm happy to wiggle. Yeah. That's one of the advantages of theater of the mind. They'll be 35 if you want to get within.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Badonk will charge one of them, and
so 3 actions. First, did you want to do a stance as well?
yeah, he will take the tiger stance.
He snarls and starts running over in his pack stance. So one more action. I'm going to guess it's going to be flurry of blows.
That's right.
Give him shit. Let's see if he hit.
1 + 8, 1 + 4.
Just for the sake of my mind, I think I've got you on the left, Badonk. So you go racing off to engage the one on your left.
So first attack.
First attack is... Oh, it narrowly misses it.
That's the second.
Second one slams home, though. Your claw rakes across this thing.
And it does 2d8 + 1.
That's right. Your mystic wraps flare with bright white light in the shape of the runes etched on your wraps, and you tear into this thing.
6 damage.
Like those critters that you fought before, the things in the swamp with Argus, the flesh on this thing seems waterlogged and sloughs off, but you feel a weird tingling as your hand comes away. You're not being affected, and I don't think you were paralyzed last time, but something weird has happened when you touch these things. Next up is Skurg. What are you doing?
Skurg, how far away are they?
35 to 40 feet away.
Okay. Skurg will draw his crossbow, knock, and fire.
I'm happy to say that you had it out.
Okay. Then
loaded.
knock and fire.
Okay. So I'm assuming you got it loaded already. So firing is just one action.
Okay.
So go ahead and make an attack roll. Oh, shit. That not a crit, but definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Which one are you firing at, Dave? The one above the lintel, the one to the left, or the one to the right?
Let's go above the lintel.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa!
Nice.
It's a good rolling day.
So this, basically, you shoot this thing, and it tears away part of this thing's head. All the flesh and muscle around its jaw. I mean, it's not living tissue, but it's the necromantic gray flesh is torn away. So half of its face is basically a ruin of like slowly oozing kind of ichor. And it snarls and definitely is going to be fixing its gaze on you next. You have 2 more actions. It takes you 2 actions to reload a heavy crossbow.
Then I'll reload.
It's reloaded. Next up is the threat. So the one above the lintel leaps down to the ground, but it's not fast enough to really get quite up to you. There's Skurg, so it goes has to spend one more action getting in, and then its jaw seems to like loll loose around the its throat, and then it snaps this toothy jaw towards you. 17 AC. Does that hit?
Yeah. Well, hold on. 17 AC. Yep, it does.
Okay, so it chomps on you. You take 6 points of damage, and I need you to make a save. 2 fortitude saves, please. And then while you're doing that, I'll make the attack on Bedonk. So Bedonk, you're engaged with this thing. It's going to try and bite you first. Does an 18 hit you? AC?
My AC is exactly 18.
Oh, so it just manages to connect with you. 6 points of damage, and I need 2 fortitude saves from you, 2, please.
Double for it.
Yes, please. Okay, so Dave, Skurg is not whatever that you can feel that's similar because you were affected by those things you fought in the swamp before. These things seem to have a similar necromantic power, but you've resisted it. And you knew you caught that ghoul fever before, and you don't want to go through that again. That was days of trying to shake that fucking sickness. Yay, Bedonk, you were not paralyzed. And then I got 2 more attacks on and you did not contract ghoul fever. Good news. Okay, so then it's going to try and claw you. Bedonk, 21. That's a hit. Can you give me 2 more fort saves? And you take 2 points of damage. And then...
Wow, this is 2 fort saves every hit.
Yeah.
You're basically guaranteed to eventually get fucked.
Yeah, it's dangerous stuff. That one's fine. And then, not 20. No problem. So it does hit you.
You just caught the goblin funk.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so then Wes... One of these things comes charging in. Oh, hold on. It'll be either you or the henchwoman. Let's see here. Do you want evens or odds?
Wes is definitely odd.
Odd. Okay. Evens. It's going on her. Once again, a hench person gets to take the first dive here. All right, so let's see here. That's a hit. No, doesn't do a lot of damage. Would you make 2 fort saves for me there, Wes? She's got +3. And I'll make the second attack on her. Oh, that's a that's a crit 20. No, it's not a crit. It's a hit. So she's getting savaged pretty badly by this thing. But she's still up and moving. She's bleeding from how'd you do on the saves?
15 and 13.
First one is successful. Second one is also successful. So make 2 more saves for me for her, please. And then it'll be Wes's turn.
Oh. 11 and...
And what was the second one? 5?
Yeah.
Eey. Okay, so she seems to be, while this thing is attacking her, her body is rigid and not moving, and it seems stuck in place. And you recognize that from before when Vax was fighting something in the swamp as well. What are you going to do? Wes, is your turn. 3 actions.
I will hunt target the one that's attacking her.
Okay.
Favorite aim.
Get off of her, you bitch. I'm stealing someone else's. And you'll shoot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll shoot at it. So that's a total of 22 to hit.
Ooh, a hit, not a crit, but a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Uh, 4 points.
Okay. Arrow grazes this thing's side, taking some of its sodden flesh off. You still have 1 more action, I think, don't you?
No, hunt is 1, favorite is 1, and shot.
Sorry, what was the third one before shot?
Hunt, favored, aim, and then shot.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, so yeah, hit. Phew. All right, that means top of the round. Bad Donk, what are you doing?
Well, try and attack this one that's on me.
Okay.
So first action is flurry of blows on him.
Okay.
So
Once again, those.
One.
Oh, just good enough. This thing's nearly out of your reach, and you see where it's going. You predict and claw down on him.
2.
How much damage
The
did you do?
second one's a miss, so it's just 1 hit.
Okay.
10
Ooh.
damage.
Wow. So that shatters most of its face, and you sort of claw down. So as you sort of gave it a matching look to Skurg, you tear a chunk. One of its eyes is gone. Most of its forehead, and then through to one of its arms, which is now kind of hanging almost off at a weird broken angle. That was your first attack. You still have 2 more actions.
And still standing?
It's still standing. Yeah.
So what do I make my third attack at?
-8.
Okay. So the flurry counts both attacks, basically?
Yes. Yeah. The advantage is you get to make 2 attacks in 1. The disadvantage is that it does start ratcheting up your multi-attack penalty.
Right. So because I'm +8, this would just be flat D20.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. I might as well do 1 more attack. Nope.
Oh, that's a crit failure. That's 10 less than what you needed. So I think what happens is you graze up against it. Give me 1 more fortitude save.
Fortitude.
I think in the hurly burly of fighting this thing, you touch its flesh for too long. Let's see if
Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah.
Stick your finger in its mouth.
yeah, fish hook. Okay. Then I'm gonna or here you roll. Go ahead and roll and tell me evens or odds. I've got my finger on one thing. That'll be
Let's go odds.
odds. Okay, so this will be an odds thing. Go ahead and roll. Roll an odd. All right. So you're feeling a little sick, but you do not suffer the paralysis. Next up is Skurg. What are you doing?
How far am I away from?
Well, there's one in your grill that's trying to chomp on you.
Oh, he's like right there, eh?
Yeah.
Well, Skirg's locked and loaded, so he might as well.
Yep. Okay, so now hold on. I'm trying to remember if this edition. I just want to quickly look it up because this came up last session, and I don't remember about range attacks in melee. I think it triggers a manipulate action. That's what I'm going to say for now. I'll look it up between now and the next session. So if these things had attacks of opportunity or something similar, you'd be in trouble, but you don't. So go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Once again, the crossbow snaps and a bolt flies into this thing. Let's see. Oh, brutal hit. It sinks into this thing and collapses in the ruined remnants of its rib cage. It kind of there's a rattle as it tries to, draw in false life. Nearly dead. That broken face, however, will try and chomp on you. We'll make a save for the hench. No, hench girl's not moving anywhere. Okay, so then it is these things' turn.
What actions, Kev?
Oh, yeah, you do. So you have 2 more actions. Yep.
Okay, I will spend. Okay, I'll take 1 action to put the crossbow away.
Okay, so you interact with the object. Yep, it's away.
Yeah, and then Skirg will pull out the Morning Star.
Nice. Yeah, that's out. Okay, sorry about that, Dave. I thought you were reloading again. Okay, then, bad guys, I'll go in the order. I've got you guys in the cameras here. So, Badonk, you're up first. This thing snaps around again. 18 hits, right?
Yeah, that's my hit.
Those jaws, 2 points of damage. And I need 2 more fort saves. The claw, it's a 20.
Don't you just need 1 more fort save at this point?
Oh, you're right.
Whether I'm just
you can't get more. You're right. Just 1. That's definitely good enough. So it hits a second time. It's not a crit. You take 5 points of damage. Yeah, as this claw slashes across you. Give me another fort save, please. And then it'll spend the last action. Nice one. Fuck, you're rocking the fort saves.
Thank God.
That actually might. So does a 20... what's your reflex save plus 10?
Who, me?
Yeah, Badonk.
Reflex save plus 10. 18.
Ooh. So actually, this thing tries to, basically, it tries to shove you down. Yeah. And you duck out of the way, and it just sort of like brushes up against your robes, but does not knock you down. So good job. Next, Skirg. This thing engaged with you. Does a 13 hit your AC? Skirg?
Sorry, say again?
13 AC?
No.
Nope. I think a 23 does, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so it misses you with its bite. It tags you with its claw. Take 4 points of damage and give me 2 fort saves. And it's going to try the same tactic and fail. Wes. Oh, actually, on the... I'm going to give 50% chance of this thing going after you. So 11 or higher goes after you. Nope, it's interested in killing a hench girl.
Oh, no.
That's a terrible fucking roll. But she is flat-footed. That's a miss. Nat 20. She's dead. This thing really is interested in getting her down. His last action is to begin tearing chunks off of her and jamming it into his mouth. You think you can hear a whimper from her. She may still be conscious as this is happening. And you can see that as he's biting and chomping us down, those, like, the veins on the surface of his skin are sort of like pulsing with her lifeblood, and his necrotic flesh is stitching back together.
Oh, shit.
Okay. And it's where your arrow hit, it's as if nothing had happened. Okay, Wes, your turn. What are you doing?
Okay, I'll take a shot at the one that's on Roka.
Okay.
Where's my stats? Okay.
Yep.
Is a
Sure,
13
would you roll?
hit? 13.
14?
13.
13. 13 is a miss.
Okay. Second shot, I'll use favored aim first.
Okay.
+2. And it's only a -4. I have a -5, so it's a -2.
Okay.
15.
15
Yes.
hits. Yes.
For 6.
6. So you sink into this, and actually blood spurts out of this thing, as if you're hitting living flesh. It kind of looks up at you. Its face, a ruin of her lifeblood around its maw. You have one more action.
No, I used favored aim.
Oh, did you? Okay, cool. Okay, so then that is the end of the round. Top of the round is Badonk. Badonk, what are you doing?
Trying to finish this one off that's on top of me. Or
You can see
beside me at
its
this point.
its cataract eyes are looking hungrily over at your henchwoman's fallen body. Ooh, that is a hit.
And the second. Oh, that is a double.
Oh, 2 fucking brutal hits. Go ahead and roll damage, please.
So that takes.
Actually, you know, you've killed it. The math works out. It can't possibly stay alive. So what does it look like as you take this thing down?
I see that look in its eyes, and I just shred the rest of it with my claws.
So it falls to the ground like a wet sound of disgusting fallen flesh. So that was only one action. One action. You still have 2 more. What would you like to do?
How many of them are left?
There is one on Skurg, and there's one chomping on the remains of your henchwoman.
I'll move over and start attacking the one that's eating this henchwoman.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it's a stride to get over there, and then go ahead and make... you moved out, though, didn't you? You know what? I think it'd be 2 strides to get to it.
Okay.
No. That I'll say 1, because one to get... She was very close to where you were, so I'll say you can get back in 1 stride. You still have 1 more action.
It's a flat D20. Oh, that's a miss.
That's a miss. Skurg, you're up. What are you doing? You got your Morning Star out?
Yeah, so there's one right in front of me, you said, eh?
Yes, there is.
Okay, well, I think that's going to be a little obvious. He's down on the ground, I'm guessing?
He is, yep.
Okay, yep. Skurg Smash.
Skurg Smash! Oh, that is definitely a smash. Go ahead and roll damage. And remember, this one has already, part of its face has been torn away. Its rib cage is all collapsed in. And yeah, what does it look like as you take this thing down?
Skurg basically lifts his Morning Star above his head and just drives it into the ground as the head makes contact with this creature's head. It just kind of explodes like you'd expect a watermelon to, just kind of in all directions.
Everyone's wishing they brought ponchos to the show. All right, so that thing goes down. Then it is the surviving thing's turn. It's first spends an action to again tear out. It's now torn out her innards and is pulling intestine out and jamming it into its mouth hungrily. So it again, more of its flesh is being restored. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna make a. So it's spending an action to interact with object with her body to dig claws into it, and then he's turning and running into the mists with it. He has concealment right now, so he's got effectively like +2 to his AC. Wes, you're up. What are you doing?
I'm going to use favored aim on a range attack to ignore +2 AC from concealment.
Fuck yeah, you are.
And first shot. 18.
18 is a hit.
For 6.
For 6, okay, it sinks into its back again. More blood spurts out. But
And
it's
I have
still,
one more shot.
still standing. Go ahead, make your second shot.
This doesn't have favorite aim though. Gotta stay on the table. No, I missed. I only got 11. Nope.
Disappears off into the mists. All right. So top of the round, Badonk, you've seen this happen. This thing is scampering off into the mist with your henchwoman's body.
I'm not chasing it.
Yeah, you don't need to make a medicine roll to know that like she's not alive anymore. With the trail of viscera that it's leaving behind.
I didn't really like her either.
Skirt.
We're not getting it.
What are you doing?
Are there any left?
The last one grabbed your henchwoman's body and went running off into the mists with it. It apparently wanted a snack.
Well, he can have her. I'm sure we'll see her. We'll be seeing both of them again down the line. But Skurg is not intent on following.
Okay. So that leaves West. Then, do you do anything? Actually, no. This thing moves and it moves out of sight, so you can't see it.
I could track it.
You probably could quite easily.
Do you want to?
We're not going to get her body back. We're here for Sir Albus. Let's go in the door at least and figure out what's going on here.
Okay. So you get to the door. The door is still locked.
Over our head. I'm not very good against skeletons.
Well, let's at least go see what's in there.
But ready to hightail it if we're in over our head?
Yeah.
So the door creaks open. And once again, you see... It's only been an hour to get here. So I think this... Dave, how long does your sun rod last? It's like 4 hours, isn't it?
Let's see here. 6 hours.
6 hours, nice. Yeah, so it's still glowing. You can see as you crack open the door, you first unlock the door. And you can see it leads down to that platform again. There still are those same footprints those muddy footprints that you saw the first time you opened these doors. Skurg leads down to that platform and then leads deeper down in as well. The temperature still is cool as you're going down. And you can see now your eyes are drawn to the vibrant red blood where Coulson had fell. And you sort of can almost hear the echo of his as he fell down, slain by one of those, I think it was a skeletal archer that took him down. But you make your way down to that big circular main chamber full of those burial crypts around. And it seems as if it was the same as when you left it. You can hear down here the soft blowing of the wind. There still is the same cool, damp atmosphere. And there are, you may recall, 3 different ways to go. There's to the left, to the right, and then straight ahead.
Straight ahead was the shadow skeleton lord.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go back to its chamber.
So as you walk along,
But don't go in. The door closed.
As you make your way down that corridor, you first are surprised because of the bright white light cast by your sun rod makes the surprisingly well-preserved heads of the Sedite cultists placed on the walls seem like wax as they stare off vacantly. You you pass those 6 decapitated heads, and you find that stone door, however you left it. I think probably open once you defeated the Shadow King. You make your way towards that darkened stone door. Wes, you can recall the clattering sounds in the dark. The dark here seems almost hungry, pushing in at the vibrant light of your sunrod, Skurg. And as you make your way up towards it, you can poke your head and see in to the room that held the remains of the Shadow King. It's that circular chamber with the tiles in the wall and the brass pounded ceiling, or bronze pounded ceiling. But it seems empty. There are the broken bones of the Shadow King, which still lay where you lay them. And there are signs of blood on the floor, where both you and Skurg and your brother fell. You can almost hear an echo of Sir Albus yelling out that he would come and save you, which he tried to do and then fell before the shadowy blade of the Shadow King. There is no other sound in this chamber. What are you guys doing?
Back out? Try another direction?
Yes,
Or do we want to just leave?
Skurg's going to take a quick. He's going to take a quick tour of the room.
Okay. So you can see again that there are those beautiful, I mean, what once were, but now stained and discolored with grime and centuries, if not millennia, of moisture on the walls. But if you run your hand along them, you can see there's a vibrant kind of like maroon stain featured on these walls. And give me a sec here. Would you kindly give me, Skurg, a reflex save?
Sure. Oh.
Ooh. Okay. There is a... As you guys are making your way around, Badonk and Wes, where are you while Skurg is investigating this?
I'm keeping an eye on for anything to come in.
Okay, so you're looking back?
Yeah.
And making sure that door is propped open and not going to close on them.
Okay, so you guys are near the entrance. So there's a brief, like split second, where you realize that your stomach basically has given out, Skurg, and you find yourself tumbling down into this pit, and you take 10 points of damage as you slam at the bottom, ruined stones falling around you. You're about 10 feet down and prone right now. You guys look over, and all you see is a gaping hole where Skurg once stood.
I have rope in my pack.
Skurg, what are you doing?
You know what? Skurg will pick himself up first of all.
Okay.
He'll make sure he's not in danger, so he'll basically do a 360 with a sunrod.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's right. Wes and Badonk, you guys are in darkness. Badonk, you've got dark vision, but Wes, all you see is light poking out of this pit. You're otherwise cast into darkness again, and you think you can hear the rattling of bone and steel again further off in the corridor.
Badonk, I hear skeletons.
Badonk, you don't hear anything.
I think you're hearing things.
Trust me, man. Trust me. We don't want to be in here as skeletons. I try to pull the rope out of my pack and pass it to Badonk.
Okay.
Can you get Skirg out?
Yeah, I'll go try and lower the rope down for Skirg.
Okay. Wes, you turn and keeping your eye off in the darkness, your eyes wide, trying to drink in any light, but it's so black. You actually can't tell the difference between your eyes closed and open. Skirg, what are you doing? You're up and you're looking around.
Is there anything down here?
No, it's a pit.
Oh, okay.
You can notice at your feet there are a bunch of desiccated and broken sticks. You think that at one point there were spikes at the bottom of this pit, but they over time have decayed.
Okay. Skirg yells out, "Hey guys! Can anybody get me out of here?"
And as you say that, and you look up, you see boom, this big ovoid goblin head looks down, a big toothy grin,
and the rope's being lowered towards you.
down. What are you doing?
Skirg will grab the rope.
Okay. So between the two of you guys, you're able to pull yourself or extricate yourself. And then Wes, you suddenly get some light again, but unfortunately it's not enough to see very far. You're sure you're hearing those sounds out there.
Guys, we got to get out of here.
The army of the Shadow King is assembling again.
Skirg will light his second sunrod and give it to Wes.
Okay.
I'll catch it and tuck it into my belt so it's sticking out halfway.
Gives
me kind of a glowing schlong kind of thing, but
it will, but because it's I mean, I'm picturing it being like there's some kind of alchemical reaction that's going on at the tip, so I'm fine with you positioning it there, but if you move more than one stride per action, I'm going to make you make a reflex save, or you might take some damage from it.
Okay. Well, if I got to move lots, I'll just grab it and run.
Okay, so you got it there, and you're looking out, and again, it seems as if the edge of darkness is like flickering. It's like a living thing pushing in against you.
I'm calling the guys to move. We got to get out of here. I'm getting edgy, panicky.
Skirg and Badonk, what are you guys doing?
I'll tell Skirg. Skirg, we got to go. Albus is not here, and Wes is getting real squirrely out there.
Yeah, but what if Albus is here somewhere?
Badonk, you can look around and see the entire chamber. Remember, it's only about 45 feet wide.
I can see that he's not here, my friend. It was a good thought, but he's just not here.
Well,
He must have gone somewhere else.
Well, I don't mean in this room, but we're not leaving, are we?
Wes starts walking down the hallway.
Well, what time of the day is it now?
It's probably a little past noon.
Well, he's coming to the hallway, damn it.
Okay, well, we'll head over where Wes is.
Okay, so Wes is partway down the hallway, kind of close to where the severed heads are on the wall.
They're kind of creepy.
All right, well, Skirg will follow them.
Okay, so you guys start making your way along, and as you're passing underneath those severed heads, you can hear.
Hear that?
You think you can?
I can hear something.
It's just the stone settling.
Yes. Taken.
I definitely heard that. A voice just said he is taken. Do you think they're talking about Albus?
Who else could they be talking about?
Where is he taken? Badonk yells out.
Where's the voice coming from? What? Ground.
He serves.
Huh?
He serves.
To returned. To yet wait.
Show us to him.
He will come, and you will die.
All right, we should come back with more people. Wes just like really want to go now, and
Yeah.
he's like he's not chicken, but like we're not prepared for anything right now. There's 3 of us.
I don't know. That sounds pretty chicken to me, Wes.
Really, what happened when there was 5 of us? Where's your sworn brother now?
All right. Well, hey, if Wes wants to be a baby about this, that's fine.
Okay.
Donk's laughing at them to sort of break the tension of the horror
There's
of the whole thing.
No other voices come. It's otherwise silent. The Wes, you're sure you can hear the clattering of those things assembling only like 25 feet away.
Can I figure out where? Like
back in the direction,
right?
the main chamber, where they came from last time.
Okay, let's get to the main chamber at least. Look around.
And you scamper up to their main chamber, leaving Badonk and Skurg behind. You can't see anything, but it's too big of a chamber to be fully illuminated. There's always going to be darkness, and in that darkness is where you can hear things moving.
Guys, let's get rolling. I can hear it moving. There's stuff up here.
Badonk and Skurg, what do you guys do?
Do we hear anything?
You don't hear it. You hear him panicking and running around. Otherwise, it's perfect silence in this tomb.
Do you think he's got some kind of a fear going on? Fear effect? He's hearing things that I'm not hearing.
I'm not hearing it either, and I don't want to leave here without Albus.
Well, did you not hear the voice?
Well,
Albus is not here.
but he'll come to us, though.
Are you guys coming?
Oh shit! We can't lose Wes too. All right, let's just go with him.
So you guys make your way out, and Wes is almost sprinting, carrying the sun rod in one hand, sprinting towards the darkness. And it is the longest set of 2 flights of stairs that you've ever had in your life, Wes. Would you give me a reflex save? Badonk and Skurg, you're running up behind.
Reflex?
Yep.
27.
Oh, yes, and no problem. So you scamper your way up. You're taking them 2, 3 at a time, even though you're so small.
Now,
and you find yourself out, and that's where you find Biscuit and Bone, Badonk's dogs, and your Wingtip outside because the animals refuse to go down. Badonk and Skurg, you follow up behind, and you find yourself back in the Barrowmoor. The sun is making its way down towards the western horizon at this point. It's probably about maybe 2 o'clock at this point.
I don't know what happened there, guys. Something really is weird about that place, and not just the creepy voice. I don't know. I kept hearing skeletons assembling, and it was really weird.
Wes, you can hear something from where one of those creatures that attacked fell. It's the ruined one that Skurg smashed into the ground.
I'll draw my dagger and go investigate.
So as you get over there, the face is just like the whole head is caved in. The jaw was smashed before. Half of the thing was torn away even before Skurg caved it in. But you can hear this gurgling voice, and only you can hear this.
I plunge my dagger into its head.
Wes, you plunge into its head. Wes or Badonk and Skurg, you heard none of this. You just saw Wes go over, inspect the head, and jam a dagger into it. He seems very on the cusp of wigging out.
I tell them what I just. No, I don't tell them.
What are you guys going to do?
I don't want them to think that I'm losing it just yet. So
you know you're losing it.
I'm gonna keep what I just heard. I couldn't actually understand what you were saying, Kev, because it was so dramatic. But my headphones are not working very good, apparently.
Okay. Well, it's also, I mean, I really should have practiced what that was going to sound like before I tried it. So, Badonk or Skirk, did you guys hear what it was saying?
Not clearly, no.
Okay. Well, that works good enough.
No, I
So,
didn't.
yeah, I'll just say, oh, I saw it twitching and thought maybe it was going to regenerate like the other one.
Okay. So what are you guys going to do?
I think we should head back.
Okay.
If you guys want to explore this a little further and see if maybe there's something, tracks of Sir Albus in one of the side passages, I'm fine with that, but we need a little bit more help, I think.
You keep thinking you see something moving just on the edge of the mist as well, Wes.
But I asked Badonk how he's feeling because he looked a little queasy. Did he get attacked by one of those?
He does not feel good, and you know that if Skirg and Vax, they were afflicted with that before too. Vax was in bed for a week fighting this thing, like flat on his ass.
We should probably get Badonk some proper rest so that he can get rid of that. Looks like you're getting ghoul fever, man. In there, not fun.
I think I may have the thing for you, Badonk. And Skirg will prefer anti-plague.
Ha ha ha! Outstanding. What does it do, Dave?
Upon drinking a standard anti-plague, you gain +2 item bonus to fortitude saving throws against diseases for 24 hours. This applies to your daily save against a disease's progression. A greater anti-plague grants +4 item bonus for 24 hours, and a true anti-plague grants +4 item bonus to fortitude saves for 24 hours. And when you consume a true anti-plague, you can immediately attempt a saving throw.
So that will affect your next saving throw to see whether this thing persists or not. Otherwise, I'm going to assume that you guys are heading back to town.
Okay.
And what we'll end with is, as you guys are, you guys are making your way through the Barrowmoors. Thankfully, there is no, there's no other reaction or other encounter on your way back. Wes, you successfully. Let's see how long it takes you. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Okay, so Wes, you're able to navigate the wilds. And as you guys are making your way out of the Barrowmoor and start making your way towards the last, you're in that home stretch of, what do you call it? Home stretch of farmland that leads in. The camera sort of pans back, and what we see, it's the undisturbed Barrowmoor that we had seen before. And as it gets closer and closer, it just appears to be more foliage. There's still, reeds and tall grasses. And that's when we see a hand push through one and push it aside. And we see a woman step out wearing ranger's gear. And as she steps out, still keeping herself concealed behind about waist-high grass, we see another 5 men step out similarly dressed. One of them walks up to her and says, "We're letting them live?" And she says, "They had nothing of value. The goblin's luck may not strike every time. We will see next." She turns and walks back into the weeds, followed by her men. And guys, that is where we will leave the session. So, for those listening at home, let me get out of the thing here. I'll stop sharing. I will log out Roll20 here. Boom. And I'll get my camera back on. Boom, and we're back. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session 12 of our Barrowmaze campaign. Many mysteries were deepened tonight. And unfortunately, we did not recover our fallen compatriot, but they did come back laden with many more secrets. As always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, or you can shoot me a tweet on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, all one word, plural, or you can shoot me an email at dungeonmusings@gmail.com. And finally, you will note that there are 2 links included in the description of this video. One of those is to the Heroes Save Villages charity campaign that we're running on the channel. This is something where we have paired up with the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really terrific charity that benefits children living in high-need circumstances, both in North America and elsewhere in the world. You can learn all about SOS Children's Villages International by following that link, and you can learn about the campaign and all the neat rewards that we have available for the campaign as well. Otherwise, last thing I'll say, I guess, is thank you so much to my players for making it on a Wednesday night. We played a little bit later tonight, but I appreciate you guys getting the full 2 hours in so I could get past the me running my fucking mouth at the beginning for too long. So thanks, guys. I will send you, I'll post the XP in the Google Plus community. And yeah, we'll see you guys. We don't play this Friday, so it'll be next Wednesday we're back.
Vote for Skurg and for his tattoo wonder and this great role playing with the beginning there. That was pretty awesome.
Oh, yes. So XP, we'll do that before we sign off.
Post-drunken XP.
Thanks, Dave.
So any other nominations for XP or for role-playing?
No, I don't know. That was the main thing I could think of.
Hey, Wes, you did a good job of playing up the fear in the tomb.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That's true.
I'm so fast and loose with my XP. My God.
I was kind of hearing things, so I'm supposed to be scared, I guess.
Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, then I'll touch base with you guys soon. I know Vax is going to view this session tomorrow. He couldn't make it tonight, but he said he'll view it tomorrow. So otherwise, everybody have a great week, and we will see you again very soon.